internet is completely off, and whenever you feel like you want to ensure that things fall in the right place, all I need from you is the next 30 minutes. Today's video, we're going to decode step by step what happens when the internet gets broken down fully. So what happened is 2nd January, just exactly 3 days before, I was doing my work as usual, and suddenly the internet got cut down. Now, in these situations, let me first give you a little bit of a backstory. I was using Geo Fiber internet. So it is India's cheapest internet. In less than 500 rupees a month. You get high speed 30 Mbps internet, which is decent enough for multiple devices to work. Meetings, Zoom sessions, these kind of video recordings or live sessions, any of these things that goes in, it takes care of everything. Downloading speed is pretty good, and it's okay, good enough for me to work with. The problem would arise every single time the internet would get disrupted. Now, if it's a wireless internet like how we have in the phone, it's still okay, manageable, because hardly the internet goes down. But what gets very weird and irritating is in the broadband services, they have certain wires that is involved. So a lot of times, either there is something related to the wire, there is something wrong with all the router connection. Again, they do so that they can give high speed, consistent internet, and there will not be any fluctuations. But what happens if there is a systemic error in terms of the wire getting cut or some technical difficulty, some challenge or the other that keeps coming? So I would call up the Geo people. In the app, I would update all those, the complaint, register the complaint and every single thing. They would assign an engineer. What would happen is Geo had a very, very horrible policy. The moment you register a complaint, they take 24 hours to resolve the complaint. Even if you call the customer care, no one really bothers. As in, they have their standard operating procedure replies. Dear sir, we are so sorry for the inconvenience caused. I really can understand what you have been going through. Please give me the chance, and I will do every single thing in my power to make sure that you get the resolution as fast as possible. Please give me 4 to 6 hours of time to wait, and so that I can help you out. All of these things keeps happening, and they have a very nice policy, which is they will only give you an additional waiver and everything if it's 72 hours or later. So somehow the technical engineer will come and will get the entire thing fixed. Everything is all hunky-dory until in another 20 to 25 days, again, the same problem would persist. This issue kept repeating every month, and finally I had enough. So I called up Airtel. Now, the Airtel people were really very nice. They were like, sir, we have the best customer service in the country. And if anytime any problem happens, within 6 hours, someone will come and will get your problem resolved. Only in this time, they didn't. Over the last 7 to 8 months, for Geo, it used to take 20 to 25 days. Right now, for Airtel, it's 40 to 45 days. Every 40 to 45 days, some internet issue or the other will come. And here is a sequence of events that unfolded. And that unfolds every single time. I will raise the complaint. They will immediately assign an engineer with their number, with their details. I will call them, no one will pick. They will give a certain amount of time, like obviously 4 to 6 hours. Someone will come and visit, will call you, will come and visit you, and the problem will get resolved. It doesn't get resolved. Again, it gets delayed for another 4 hours, 6 hours, and this goes on. Usually takes around 24 to 48 hours to solve the problem. Mind you, at that point of time, I don't even have any internet, which means because my work is full-time work from home, I don't have internet. I still have to make sure that I continue with my work, or I'm completely down and out. Even if I call the customer care, the same cycle happens. So there's no point talking to them. Only this time, because I've got into that mindset, thanks to Yogeshwari, on taking every such scenario as a communication lesson, this time I decided, okay, fine, let's take this as a challenge and see what all can we learn from this, so that again, I have to come live, so I might as well share the entire thing. So the complaint was made, no one came in. The around 2:30. So 1:30 p.m. on 2nd of December, the internet went away. Then at around 3:30-ish, that's when a person called and said, "Sir, whatever problem that is there, unfortunately, I'm not the right person to help you out. Please note, someone will call you in another 4 to 6 hours to resolve the entire issue." So I kept waiting. 4 hours and 6 hours went away, nothing, no response. Then I called the customer care again. This time, I decided, let me take the responsibility from my end. So I spoke to the customer care executives. As usual, the usual formal replies. I told them, listen, you may skip the standard operating procedures. I just need my solutions. Instead of asking them what's the solution, I told them, what am I expecting? So I simply told them, see, either get me connected. You're telling me that I'm going to receive a call. I haven't received a call. Now you will tell me, sir, please let me just give me another chance. I will make sure that someone calls. I tell them very in a detailed manner. Over the last 7 months, there have been 9 such issues. The same pattern is repeated this time also. I'm pretty sure if something gets repeated for a multiple number of times, you know that it's the standard. That's the standard pattern, even though that specific person is unaware about it. So I gave all these things. Mind you, every single call I am recording. Okay, every single call I am recording as proof from my end. So as the call was going on, I simply said, see, you can help me in 3 ways. First, connect me to an engineer who will help me solve the problem. If not, connect me to your escalation team, your senior, who will understand my problem and help me connect with someone who is that on-field from the on-field engineer or field team. Or number 3, please make sure that I'm getting a call back, which both you and I know it's not going to happen. Now this went on from 2nd December. They took 4 hours, 6 hours. I took my own sweet time to call them back. So let's just say if an agent would tell me, sir, can you give me 1 hour? I'll make sure someone calls you. I did not get a call. I did not wait for their call, because here's the thing. If you are going to just keep blaming, venting out, complaining, and not take ownership of your own responsibility of the problem that you're facing, no one is going to do it for you. They will do it at their own sweet time. So I started compiling all these details, send them an email. The one big thing that I did not do is I did not reschedule my appointment, because they deliberately make you reschedule the appointment so that the complaint ID from the point when you made the complaint, it'll show that you as a customer, you have changed the or rescheduled the entire thing. So that's something that I chose not to do. I just kept calling whoever was speaking to me. I told them, please connect me to your senior, and I would speak to the escalation team and no one else. If they would tell me that, sir, I cannot transfer your call, I will only have to arrange for a call back, which I knew will not happen, I would cut the call and I would call back again. Of course, I had to go through the whole IVR process of, hello, please choose your language. For one, Bengali, press 1. Hindi, press 2. All those things I had to do. So it would take me around 3 to 4 minutes to talk to an actual human, and then another 3 to 4 minutes for me to convince them to skip the formalities and come to the actual solution that I'm looking for. And then obviously another 3 to 4 minutes of waiting time, so that they will put your call on hold and they'll talk to someone else, or probably something like that. Now this went on every 1 or 2 hours over the last like right now it's almost going to be 72 hours. Finally, this process just went repeating. Mind you, my entire tone, probably I'll see if I will compile all the recordings, the call recordings, and I will attach that as a description under this video, because anyways, it's a big learning experience for everyone. If you just listen to the way I spoke to those to the executives, even the seniors. So this entire process took, first 24 hours went away, then yesterday went away. Finally, I got lucky, I would say, because I got the chance to speak to a man named Abhishek from the escalation team. So a lady picked up the call. I'm not able to remember the lady's name right now, but she escalated the call to Abhishek. Now, Abhishek, sir, what he did beautifully was, he personally, with his tonality, there was compassion, there was genuine care, and he said, Throughout the rest of the day, I am going to focus only on your case and I will make sure that you get the resolution. If not the resolution, I'll make sure that you get the right contact details. Our company protocol doesn't allow us to share numbers, but what I can do is I can pull you in a conference call with him, and you can ask him for the number, so that way you can stay in touch with him directly. And I felt that was a very, very good thing, because even though his protocol did not allow him to give me exact details that I needed, he was helpful. He genuinely understood the problem and wanted to solve. So it took some time. He said that, can you kindly give me 2 hours? Now, mind you, in this span of time, it's already 48 hours and above, touching almost 50, 60th hour when I don't have any internet. I told him very clearly, sir, you are asking for 2 hours, I'll give you 2 hours. But please note, if the situation is not escalated, I'll make sure that I compile all these details and I share on social media. And this I was asking as a permission. Now, obviously, he was like, I will not be able to give you the permission, but please give me the 2 hours of time, which I gracefully I gave 60 hours, and I gave 2 more hours. So I gave the entire time. Now, 2 hours later, he gives me a call to check in whether the solution is the resolution has been provided or not, someone reached out to me or not. He connected with the escalation team. There are some middlemen, I guess, that are involved. Like, they are the customer development or the escalation team, and then there is one more team, the team they are supposed to coordinate with this team, and then this team will reach out to the area manager or the technical manager of that that specific area and all. So he was able to connect with him, and then he got me into a conference call, which I really wanted. And then I took the numbers, the area manager, his senior, and the technician, the three levels of hierarchy for that specific role. Yesterday, late at night, the technician came in and said that it's not a Wi-Fi issue, it's some wiring issue. So it's a completely different team that will come and fix the entire thing. Now, what I did is, because he informed us of the same, I made sure that I even have the wiring team's the technical engineer, his team leader's number, and his team leader's number as well. Now, I didn't do any of those things by twisting the arm. I simply told them that just because 3 days of internet is not there, this is the lakhs of rupees of losses that I'm experiencing, myself and my team. So they understood the gravity of the situation, and I told them, in fact, Yogeshwari was also involved here. We told them very clearly that, see, we understand that there is a problem going on. We understand that because of the weather conditions or whatever, the person was not able to come or not able to respond. We understand. All we are asking is just specific contact details of people who will pick up our call, who will talk to us. They understood, and they were generous enough to give the numbers. So now, from the next time onwards, whenever these kind of situations happen, guess what I am going to do? I will definitely make sure that I raise the complaint, which I know right now it's 5th December. In another 40-45 days from now, tentatively, it's going to be Jan middle or Jan end. There is definitely going to be another internet breakdown. I will prepare raising the complaint, waiting for the engineer's number to be given. The moment the engineer's number is not being given, I will call the technical lead whose number I have, his team leader, in case he doesn't pick up. I will be able to email Airtel. I'll be able to immediately talk and share those details on social media, so that the company leaders will at least take notice and they will be able to take these action steps. Most importantly, I have made connections. I have improved my network by connecting with another additional team leader who is not, as a customer, who's not going to scream at him, who's not going to complain or vent out at him, but who will just ask clarifying questions out of sheer curiosity. Previously, in these situations, I've got pissed, I've got angry, but this time I decided not to. Now, what did I do in these 3 days is what I will discuss in the next episode. But for now, this is the lesson that we need to keep in mind. So now let's break down these lessons one step at a time. The first, whenever you are getting an internet connection through a broadband, whenever any wiring or anything is involved, the first thing you need to do is, whoever is calling you to get the the payment and talking to you for all the processes, the KYC update and everything, talk to that person, save his number, tell him to give his senior's number. So he will be a sales executive, okay? Because anywhere payment is involved, that's when sales is involved. Take his senior's number, save his senior's number, talk to him, call him, tell him, inform him, build a connection with him, tell him why are you taking the internet in the first place. Because they're in the sales team, they will listen to you, because it's the responsibility of a sales expert to listen to their customer. When you've spoken to him and build a network with him, take his senior's number also. Tell him that you're, in our case right now, I am the head of training and development of Sunsden, which is a pretty big company. That's how we are establishing ourselves. So if we are sharing that warmth through our tone, they will understand that we are authoritative figures, which we pretty much are. But if I speak about in a venting mode, crying mode, ranting mode, they will consider us to be irritating customers. Once you've spoken to him, take his senior's number as well. It could be an area sales manager or a regional sales manager, whatever it is. Take his number. Now tell them very clearly that until and unless I have these details, I'll not be able to trust and I'll not be able to go forward. Because in my case right now, I did not do this with Jio, and Jio created these many problems. I know Airtel is the best company in this in India, perhaps, but I don't want to risk anything. Can you please share the details if that's okay with you? Confirm with him and then share the details. Only then I'll make the payment and I'll sign up. So they will know that you're definitely serious about this. So that's the sales thing. Now you take the membership, they'll come, and that's the installation team. Installation team will come and will fix the entire thing. They'll fix the wiring, they'll fix the router, they'll make sure that you got all your entire internet and everything sorted across all devices, setting up the password, setting up the app. They'll take care of everything. Until and unless you've got all your doubts clarified, do not let them go. Take their number. Tell them to give their senior's number as well. Again, in front of them, talk to them, celebrate with them, as in what I usually love doing is, anyone who comes to my house, whether it's a delivery guy who's delivering food, whether it's a technician who comes to fix something, I always make sure to give them water, to ask them if they want any food or not. If required, I just order some food, because if I'm eating, I would love for them to also relax and refresh. I mean, isn't that what courtesy? In India, we do that. Anytime a guest comes in, we give them tea, coffee, biscuits, some snacks, water, so that they can relax and they can work. Now, what I've observed is, over the last couple of years, this culture has just gone away, where we don't even have that decency of saying thank you to someone who's putting their blood and sweat to come to your house to fix something that's literally going to build your life. So in my case, just because I do that, they are far more appreciative. Keeping that in mind itself, I keep their number. I ask for their number, just because I might need at all, or in case if they need as well. If they need any kind of help, they are more than welcome to call me. Now, just because I took his number as well, I can also ask for his senior's number, stating that, listen, when I spoke to the sales team, the person I spoke to gave his senior's number, he gave his senior's number. So I was told that you will also do the same. So can you kindly give me your senior's number? Now, if he asks, now obviously there'll be some kind of a doubt, but understand this, your intent matters the most here. So in this case, my objective of taking the number is not to complain. My objective of taking the number is to call him and thank him and give your recommendation to him that you did a fantastic job. Am I allowed to do that? For sure. And you can call and you can actually, you have to say thank you, which when we got that new connection, we exactly did. Now, once you give a thank you to him and tell him, you might as well ask him to get his senior's number as well. Just in case, if for whatever reasons, tell him the entire story once again. I was with Jio, so These are the issues that I have that happen. Just in case if it doesn't happen, is it okay? Can I just have a word with your senior as well? Of course, expressing my gratitude, and also tell the previous experience that I had with the previous company whose internet supply I had. So now I have three hierarchy numbers across two departments. One is the sales, one is the onboarding department. Now, this is where things gets a lot interesting. The moment anytime an issue happens, what we will be following, what I'll be following from this moment on, right now, for example, in this situation, today I have the two more hierarchy numbers. First is the person who comes to visit, the Wi-Fi expert who comes to visit to your house to check what is the exact issue. I have his number saved. I have his senior's number saved. I have senior's senior number saved. Now, if he is not able to help me solve the problem, I can call the senior. The senior can connect me with someone else. This is the power of networking. The more managerial level people go, they will not come to your house to solve the problem. But if you build a good rapport, they will connect you to people who will come to your house to solve the problem. So here I have the Wi-Fi experts hierarchy, as well as the wiring teams hierarchy, the wiring engineers hierarchy numbers. One communication, one roadblock, probably the biggest, okay, for work from home folks. Internet is down for 72 hours, has led me to understanding the flaws in the system. I can go screaming on a rant. Airtel is horrible. Geo is horrible. It's not going to do anything to them. It's not going to do anything to me. Maybe this video putting it right now, the fact that it's live, a lot of news channels will watch it, will probably play it all around the different news channels. I might become viral, but it's not going to do any benefit to me nor the company, right? Because at the end of the day, I have to continue using the same Wi-Fi. Rather, the fact that I use this as a case study to learn communication skills, to help the company find out what are the flaws that are there as per a customer's experience, don't you think they will appreciate me as a honest and a loyal customer who's not just screaming or blaming or complaining, rather helping and serving? So now that I have a hierarchy of 12, 3 into 4, yeah, 12 connections within the company, within the area where I'm staying. Airtel is a national company. Whenever there's a issue in my internet, I can't talk to the head of the company or the founder or the CEO. Hi, I'm having issues in my company. Can you come? Can you help me solve it? He's also going to forward the chain of command through the hierarchy, but that will be in a very rough tone. Because in most cases across industries, when leaders speak to their subordinates, they don't do so with the approach of problem solving. They do so with it's like the stick approach. And I don't want that for anyone, because I've been through the hierarchy. So I do my best to help to build a network so that I can use that as a recommendation tool. Now imagine what's going to happen if I recommend the person who came to our house to fix it. If I'm going to recommend Abhishek sir, the one who spoke to me and genuinely gave me the solutions, what's going to happen when I recommend the technical lead and the managers who are compassionate enough to send the right technician and get the problem solved? How are they going to feel? When I appreciate them publicly over social media, what is going to be the impact of the work, which is such a thankless job? Anger, channeling it into productivity, into a problem solving approach, into design thinking, critical thinking, asking open ended clarifying questions with curiosity, having the tonality of authority as well as compassion, altruism. These are the things that this entire episode has taught me. Now, once these numbers are saved as a backup, it's also important to take those steps as well. Now, I'm yet to figure out those steps. But here's what immediately we can do. We can do a recharge of a 1 day unlimited internet in your mobile data. And then Yogeshwari and I are yet to figure out on a device that where we can take the SIM and put it in, which will boost the 5G network, which can be used in the laptop and will help us sustain until the internet is fixed and we don't have to keep crying and complaining and venting out or even reaching out to the customer care executives. They can do it as per their own sweet time. 3 days of daily live missed. Tons and tons of videos that we had thought we will record postponed. The actual cohort that had gotten started put on hold. The action steps from my end lagging. And that's absolutely okay. Because the lesson that we have learned in the 72 hours, how to be productive when you don't have internet, how to make the most of your time to learn something new about yourself, how to reflect and talk to people and solve the problems when everything feels like nothing is moving, how to ensure that you get your job done while building a good relationship with the person you're speaking to. All of these lessons are worth documenting, are worth learning as experience. Most importantly, you become a better person. So a big thank you to Geo, a big thank you to Airtel. Would love if you fix these gaps based on every single thing that I have shared. You already have all my history, my email ID, my numbers, my complaint history, the call records that I've had with all the support executives. You have every single thing. Feel free to use them however you want. If you need my inputs, if you want me to come to your company and literally talk about this so that internally you all can discuss and get the solutions. If you want me to help you prepare SOPs on the whole system's end-to-end process, if you want me to record calls for you, I'm just a message away. You can literally invite me to your company to come and speak. All I need is just collaborations. That's all. And as an individual, as a communication enthusiast, this is one of the single biggest problems that freelancers and people who work from home they face. But this is pretty much like a masterclass, at least for me, and a detailed case study on how we need to approach things. Once we do that, we will have peace of mind. We will get the problem solved. We will progress. We will learn. We will grow. And then we can also offer the same suggestions, feedback to the people. Now, I think I'll be recording a detailed episode with Yogeshwari also on this. So stay tuned for that. And for today, just because I was not available live for the last couple of days, we are going into a back-to-back mode. So thank you so much for staying up until episode number 40.